Ready? This chair leans too far back. My brain doesn't work.
Good. Welcome to Books You Never Read.
Except for those we have.
I'm Nicole.
I'm Jason.
And today we are discussing chapters 1 through 20.
That's all I read.
That's all I read. Of A Man Called Ove.
Eve.
By Fredrik Backman. So if you haven't read up to that point in the book, you might want to pop off, go read, and then catch back up with us. If you are joining us live, chat us up in the little discussion section. And if you're catching us on a replay, chat us up in the discussion box. Because we do love reliving the books and hearing what you think about the books as you read. We're available on YouTube Music as a podcast. We are on Instagram for the memes. We're on Fable to keep the discussion going between live sessions.
Mm-hmm.
And we're super pumped that you're here with us today.
It looks like we've got some folks that have been absent.
Hi, Sue J and Allie123 to call you out. Hello. Also, this week, you have to announce our next book. Did you know? You hadn't realized that, had you?
I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
We've had a lot of suggestions lately, so
We have.
we'll figure it out.
We have. But, any other housekeeping?
No.
This book has been on my reading list since we, started the book club. Mm-hmm. And I was really excited about it. It takes place in Sweden, which I'm interested in. I like when things take place in other places that I don't live. That's cool. I didn't realize, but I put it all together afterwards. I have read something else by this author that I really, really, really didn't like. And for some reason, so I picked this book. I was excited about it because it's been on the list and I want to get it off the list and it sounds really great. And as soon as I announced to the book club that this was our book, I did not want to read it and I wished I would have picked something else. And that's what I spent all week struggling with. So, here we are. Mm-hmm. Now that we're reading it, I'm in, yeah. And it's fine. It's much better than the other book that I read by this guy, which I just don't understand why that book was so weird or bad, and also why it had 2 sequels to it. What else could there be to read about Beartown? I don't get it. But this book seems great so far. He's very grumpy. That's very well established. Mm-hmm. His grumpiness is established and reaffirmed each chapter along the way. Mm-hmm. And we're seeing his current life and his goals. And we're seeing his past life and how it got him here. Mm-hmm. What are your thoughts so far?
Yep. No, it also took me a second to get into this book. I didn't start reading until maybe Wednesday. And because I mostly have to read on the road, I just I have to be in the right mood, because I don't know, if I was just I'll sit down and read, I can do that. But listening to a book, you have to be there can't be too much going on in your brain. You gotta be focused in. You gotta not want to be jamming, all that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. And so it took me a second, but then once I got into it, I was I've said this a lot, but we always seem to pick books that speak to something I'm doing right now. And there's a lot in this book that is just relevant to my interests.
Tell me
at
more.
This time, right? And so one of it is I'm a dude. Ove's a dude, right? But I've been thinking a lot lately about I found this book in my desk. I think I said this last week.
Oh, yeah.
I found this book in my desk called Die With Nothing. And I also happened to have started rewatching Fight Club last week. I think I talked about that. But I'm thinking a lot about just dude stuff. And Fight Club has the wrong answers. Please don't worry about me. But here we have. So I've been thinking about in this Die With Nothing book. It's about look, you all these people, instead of like living in their 20s and 30s, they save up all their money so that when they're like 65, they can have money to do nothing with. And like, ultimately you should spend your $500 to go and like do what you want to do, because it's not going to make that big a difference in the end. And like, while you have the health and the time, even if you don't have the money, you should just like go and do these things, and like the rest will figure itself out. Or like, how many people save up for this future that they never end up having? And that's something that has happened to Ove's dad and to his mom and to his wife, and is now happening to him. Like, how many people, like it's, so it's like this whole like dude culture of just like grind and American, right? Like, I'm just gonna like keep my nose down, work overtime, save everything. And here we are at the end of his life, or towards the end of his life, maybe, and
that's the goal.
And he doesn't have anything that he wants to do with, like he, I'm not saying that he was unhappy, because he was happy with his wife, but there was like a time before and a time after, right?
Right.
And he was unhappy in all the things without his wife. And like, he has created this for himself. And he didn't have to. And I think what's interesting to me about this book is like, I could be that guy. And I think that like at some points in the past, I have been like on that road going this way, you know? And I know men in my life who have like been on the road and made it to this destination, you know?
Yeah.
And lately I've just happened to have been thinking about that. Like, I don't want to be this. And then we happen to pick this book.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And he even says, you know, a couple of times in the book, it wasn't supposed to be this way. But in everything that he has shown us, or everything the narrator has shown us, there has been no intentional design of anything. You know, he made no intentions to design his life. And if you don't live by intention, then you will live by accident.
Yes.
And that is what he's done. And in terms of building a life with his wife, it seems like that was good. That was a happy accident, you know, and that worked out. But he did not plan for anything else. And what sucks, and like what's frustrating about Ove, because he does very much frustrate me, he's such a curmudgeon, and he's so grumpy. And like, that's fine. But don't hurt those around you in your need for grumpy curmudgeonness. On the other hand, he will not let something go if it needs to be done. You know, his friend needs them to bleed their radiators or whatever. And he's like, blah, 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 and he hurts their feelings in the process of it. And then eventually goes and does the thing. Pick a way. Do you want to be helpful and for things to be in order? Or do you just want to be a meanie head?
No, he doesn't want either of those things. So Shelby just dubbed this dude trom, and and I'm here for it, and I agree. Because what Ove is doing is not trying to be a curmudgeon. He's not trying to be mean. He is trying to protect himself emotionally.
Yeah.
You know, that's what he's doing. And he in doing somebody's radiators, but being a jerk about it, he is killing two birds with one stone. Because what he's doing by being a jerk about it is pushing them away so he doesn't have to get attached. But by bleeding the radiators, he's controlling everything in his life, right? Like the whole concept of it wasn't supposed to be this way is this control thing that he has from his mother dying, from his father dying, from all these other like random things happening to him. And that control is an expression of him trying to prevent himself from being hurt. And but like you just will be, and things won't go the way you want them to, and sometimes like things go wrong, and he hasn't like built up the resilience for that. Yeah,
because he tried to protect. He was wronged, and he was wronged, and then some bad things happened. In his attempt to protect himself from anything bad ever happening to him again, he ruined his ability to adapt. And be resilient. Well, and that's a tricky little line.
Well, I mean, and again, this is all things I'm thinking about, partially because of my job, right? And this is prison 101. And Uwe is just lucky that he got like the good kind of dude traum where like he got to keep a job and got married and stuff. But like this whole concept of I'm going to be a jerk to people and push them away, and I'm going to control like every little thing so that nothing bad happens to me. Like that's prison. Like that's dudes in jail, you know? Yeah.
And it makes me sad because I see, you know, this potential in him that he could be very, very neighborly, very wonderful and good for this community and happy himself because he sees this value that he has. But he's not.
Yeah.
And it makes me sad.
Well, but having that happiness comes with loss, you know, and like, and this is like the cat situation, right? Like this is where we're headed with the cat. Like he won't love the cat because eventually the cat will die and will go away. So cat might as well just go ahead and die, you know. And
I'm hoping though that the cat is what Pravana is, but cat form, which it'll resonate better with him because the cat doesn't talk back or roll its eyes, you know. But I do love Pravana. I love that she has just barged her way into his life, but not just. This is what like Peggy doesn't like to neighbor, and I get it because you can very easily be stuck with someone who just leeches off of you when you neighbor too hard. But this woman started as giving. She recognized this man could use some cookies. This man could use some chicken or rice. You know, like and so gives. But also recognizes, like, I am pregnant, I cannot drive, and my husband's an idiot. I might need help sometimes. And she has also seen the signs of what he's trying to do. And she doesn't want him to do that.
Yeah.
And I'm very conflicted on this part. I don't think that it's her job to give somebody purpose. I think that that's too much emotional weight on a person to keep someone else alive if they don't want to be.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I don't think she can even help it because she sees life as worth living and people as worth investing in.
Yeah.
And so the whole thing, I'm very conflicted this whole time, and it makes me very sad. And even the grumpy things that Uwe says, I'm like, I love that in my mind.
Yeah.
I think these things also, but I would never say them out loud.
I think, you know, so this is something I've also been talking about recently, if not on the show, at least to you, but like this, like, society, it comes from like your job and what you do, and this is true of Uwe, and I'm not 100% sure that's like normally true in Europe, but it's true for him.
And I felt like this is very out of character.
It's still very American, right? But the point is, like, I feel like that's a symptom of this disease that we have with like our economy focused culture, right? Because there is a purpose for people like Uwe, and whenever you are an older man, the point is to help those around you and like raise the kids and like do the odd jobs and like and stuff like that, you know, and to raise up the next generation of younger people and all that, right? I will point out that at this point we do have mention of Uwe's wife being pregnant, but we have no mention of Uwe having a child.
Yeah.
So like something's going on here. But you know, like, but he is a product of a culture, and like somebody earlier said, like maybe he's undiagnosed. I agree with that. Like, there might be a little autism there.
Well, yeah. I mean, he has to, like, check the door handle 3 times. And, you know, that's...
But again, that's like, some of that is a control thing and a trauma thing. But, like, you know, if his dad was like this, there might be a genetic component. But, but he is the thing that we should expect in a society that sort of like works this way, right? Like we should expect a certain rate of this happening.
He is only 59. That is what made me angry, like in the first chapter. He's been, you know, forcibly retired. He's old, outdated, doesn't understand an iPad. He is only 59. And this was 2015.
Yeah.
So, like, he's not that behind the times. He's not 59 now and never having had an iPad. He was 59 10 years ago and never had an iPad. That's okay. That's still on par. And Yeah, I mean, they're treating him like he's 80, you know. And I don't even want to say 82 because I have a friend who's 82 and is not at all like this.
But he's treating himself.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, that's a good
that's
point.
The catch, right?
Yeah.
And this is something, again, that we've been talking about a lot. It's just like, if you don't use it, you lose it. And he didn't use his social skills. He didn't use, I mean, he did use himself like physically, you know, because he has all this like physical capability, but he has like no drive or desire to do anything, you know, necessarily with that.
And you do have to push yourself to do the things that you don't want to do, but that you know are good for you. Like going out and seeing people and stuff.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
You have a responsibility to do these things.
But this is something, you know, in our house, we like to joke about like canceling plans. And not only do we joke about it, but we do it. I
love cancel plans.
It's really nice. But like you have to just get excited and go do things, you know, because you can build up that habit of, I mean, it's like eating fast food all the time, right? Once you have fast food all the time, you don't know what, you know. And I recognize that like I am one of like the 2 guys at this point in this book, and like maybe I'm definitely not saying I'm getting something out of this book that like everybody else can't get, but like I think that like as a dude reading this book, you're like, okay. Like you see a potential future.
Yeah. We're frozen.
I think we're good.
I'm really worried about Anita. I'm really hurt for her that she wants to take care of her husband, but that might not be the best place for him to be, and that social services essentially is intervening, and that they're mean about it.
Yeah.
Like, the interaction that they're having with Ove, and, I mean, they are seen as barger-inners that are unwelcome,
right,
even to Anita. How callous and cold and...
Yeah. Well, I think, you know, like the exact same, they're not that different from Ove, right? Like, it's coldness, callous, and rules are rules. And I think what we're supposed to get out of that is like a mirror of like what Ove should be, because like Ruta or whatever his name is should not have to go to a home, because people like Ove and people in this community should be helping to take care of him. But when we lose that, and when we lose our, like the community as our purpose, then like the state has to step in. And rules are rules, and that's what we do. And like I would prefer the government to follow the rules, please. Like that sounds nice. I don't want you to be a jerk about it.
Yeah.
But like, how different really is it? Like it's not that different from Ove, even though he should be different. I don't expect the state to be different. Like whatever.
Right.
You know.
The Fred Flintstone and Barney Rubbleness of their friendship made me laugh. That, you know, at the beginning we're so long that we were like, the neighbors might garage. Like that was very funny.
Yeah. They're talking about the scene where the wives leave them at the restaurant
because they're fighting over the.
Yeah.
What a difficult life, though, to need to fight over everything.
Well, and so this is another thing, and this is like a criticism I have of like current dude culture, but like there's no tribe, you know, and so and Ove had that as like a railroad dude. He could have had that, but like everybody he worked with was like bad people, so like I get it, whatever. But like, you know, he's not plugged in, and I think it's important to foster community for people to plug in. You know, and the way I talk about it would be like for you to owe a debt to, right? Yeah. For you to be like involved in, and like you can't go check out now because I haven't like squared up all my debts. That's part of Ube's problem.
Yeah.
If he felt like he still owed people, he would not allow himself to check out. He would still have a purpose. I have to pay this back. But he's paid all his bills, and he's caught up on like the gas bill and all that.
Literally said, all my debts are paid.
And it's that obsession with like the economic aspect, where like when you can like literally be like, if I just pay one more quarter, I'm done here. I think that part's really gross. And we see our friendships that way, and that's what the Pravada or what the pregnant woman,
yeah.
Pravana, that's what she's doing, right? She has now given him chicken and rice. he owes her.
Yeah.
You know?
So he took her.
And
yeah. Just being
this unknown amount of debt that we owe each other. Yeah.
And we know work in to build a community because he put the work in to meet his wife. Mm-hmm. He wanted to be near her, and he rode the train the wrong way so that he could do that. You know, you find ways to build these relationships so that you do have these multiple avenues of care and concern and protection and a bubble and a tribe.
Yeah.
It can't just be with a spouse.
Yeah.
You've got to have more.
Yeah. Peggy is saying that Uwe keeps saying that women don't understand principles, but like we just don't need to fight all the time. And honestly, his criticism of women that they don't understand principles, I feel like is an acknowledgement of a strength, right? Like I'm not saying that women don't understand principles, but like the women in his life are practical and they will do things as needed, you know, and it's not always that it has, like, they're willing to live and they're willing to,
which is a principle. It's just not the same one he has.
It's just funny. How hard do you think the neighbor's going to push before Uwe gets really annoyed? I don't know. Maybe. I kind of appreciate that kids are like, he put newspaper down. My grandma does that. Whatever.
That was very funny.
Yeah. But, that's funny too. Yeah. Yeah, the husband's a real goofball, and he's kind of funny, and his interactions with his wife, I think, are humorous. I hope they do well, because like a lifetime of that would drive me up a wall.
She's only 30.
Yeah. Yeah.
She is making her problem his problem, but she's also feeding him.
Yeah.
So it's a give and take. It's not just a take.
Yeah. And I'll say this, you know, like he feels like, look, I would rather Pravana and her goofball husband as a neighbor than like some actual moron or like somebody like playing music too loud or whatever. You know, at some point you have to be willing to make other people's problems your problems because these are an acceptable problem to have.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
And it could always be worse.
And it's a problem that means when Uwe needs something, there will be someone there for him. And that's what you need to remember is you can't be independent forever. Yeah. And you don't get to choose when your independence is taken away.
Yeah.
And so it's much more in your favor to build a community, even if it is a small one, so that you've got backup when you have fallen and can't get up and want to get up. Because at some point, Uwe, I have a feeling in this book, he's not going to like end up deceased. I don't know that. Yeah. But, like, I have a feeling at some point he's going to realize, like, oh, I care.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know where this is going. But in real life, we do typically end up at that point.
Shelby's asking if anybody else noticed the change in the chapter titles. I think I did notice the change. Can you tell me what you're talking about, though? Because I think the changes were... You know, it was A Man Called Ove, and then it goes to A Man Who Was Ove.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, so I did notice that, but it switches back over.
But there are some that are past tense and some...
Yeah. I'm not sure what's going on there.
I'm sure it's intentional. An editor should have caught that if it's not intentional. So what do we notice in the ones that are past tense? Are we seeing two different Uves already?
I don't know.
A Man Who Was Uwe and a parrot. So that was him as a child.
Yeah, and like here's the one on the train that's, you know, in the past when he meets his wife. But this one's present tense.
A Man Called Uwe.
This is the one where he tries to jump in front of the train, though.
And A Man Who Was. So A Man Who Was him
seems to be the past tense,
as a youth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so the was Uwe seems situation.
titles. A Man Called Ove backs up and push you into knowing how to do that. So Ove, that is not a natural feeling for some to go, because that's, that's not natural for a lot of people.
It's hard.
And neither is prying open a window or bleeding a radiator. Like, I would not know how to do any of... I might could pry a window open. I probably would just bust the window. I couldn't bleed a radiator. I don't even know what that means. I have used a radiator once in Europe.
Yeah.
And I'm still not quite sure what it is or how it works. I like them, though. Mm-hmm. I like the heat that it gives off, but I don't.
We have radiators here. We don't
like up north.
Well, no. One of the houses we looked at had a radiator. That older one on the hill.
Oh,
had a radiator.
Yeah, how does
I'm not sure that it was plugged in. Like, I'm not sure that it was attached.
It's just decoration at this point.
Yeah. And here sometimes you'll see where they have like the little bread warmer in them. Have you ever seen that? There's like sometimes they'll have like a little box in there, and you can like back in the day they would put bread in there.
Oh, gosh, I bet the house smells so good with that.
Anyway, so if you do the audiobook is read by J.K. Simmons, and he is the guy who was like the newspaper man in the Spider-Man movies. I can't remember what else he's been in, but he is the best voice for doing this.
Yeah.
If you saw him, you'd know him.
He sounds very Tom Hanks-ish, and it works for me because I know Tom Hanks plays Otto in A Man Called Otto.
Mm-hmm. Yeep. So, there was something else. Somebody made a comment a while back, and I was going to address it, but now I can't remember.
Sorry.
Got a lot of guests today.
Welcome to the book club. Yep. Go read the book. Go back.
Is fine.
So, yeah.
So all things considered, I'm enjoying it. I think I am glad we made it a 2-week read, just because it is a little shorter.
Yeah, it would be pretty drawn out.
I think it punches harder when you like get
right.
More.
Yeah, and get through it. And it is an easy read. We're not having to unpack a lot of details here. It's very simple.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I mean, so far I like it. I'm just so conflicted, and I'm mad at Ove. I also admire Ove. Like, I love hearing stories about people's, like, what made them who they are. You know, I hoods and what was their role in their family, and all those things just build so much individuality and so much character. So I like reading about that with him. But I just want to strangle him.
Yeah.
I just want to tell him, like, just choose to be happy. Like, choose to be kind and generous, and I don't know. And I shouldn't force that on people. You don't have to be kind and generous if you don't want to be.
Sure.
But, like, why wouldn't you be? I don't understand. I don't get it. I don't want him to be miserable. He doesn't have to be miserable.
Yeah. Chosen-ish, because I'm going to agree with the dude trauma concept. Like, this is...
Everyone has trauma, though.
Like, life is trauma.
Yeah.
You don't have to handle it like this. But, like, you just kind of react to it. And then once you realize that it works, you kind of stick with it. And you've got to, like, work your way back out of these reactive responses, So.
Just the fact that he keeps saying it wasn't supposed to work out this way. That's like the point that I keep coming back to. Mm-hmm. And that's what lets me feel justified in my mind that I can be mad at him. If that's not how it was supposed to work out, well, nobody's life turns out how it was supposed to work out. Whatever that means. Yeah. You have to choose things.
Yeah. Well, and he could use like a healthy dose of stoicism at this point. Like,
I even wrote that in my notes on Fable. I'm like, this man needs stoicism.
What do you mean it didn't work out the way? Like, what is supposed to, And
we have a good question. What book would you recommend when someone is feeling down and needs some upliftment?
What's something we've read?
We have read The Midnight Library, but I
Oh,
don't
wow.
know if you're already down, if you're way down. That
Because
might be,
it might be too dark.
it might be hard to get through. I'm trying to think if we've read something that like really gave me that feeling of catharsis that made me feel really like good to be alive at the end of it. Heaven and Earth Grocery Store.
Or like the bees.
What was that called? Sorry. Sorry.
Secret Life of Bees.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was good.
I confused that one with the other bee book I read.
Yeah.
Secret Life of Bees. That's good.
Yeah, Project Hail Mary. Why not?
Yes, actually.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, Project Hail Mary is a good like buddy.
Yes.
In a weird way. Yeah. All right, let's do that. That's what we're suggesting.
Tress.
Yeah, that was good too.
Tress is a good distraction,
Yeah.
and it is uplifting. It's about resilience and positivity, but it's also kind of fantastical.
Yeah.
So there you go. You got some good ones, and those
Yeah.
are playlisted for you in the playlist section of our channel. Forgot to mention that at the beginning.
Nah.
Everyone needs Project Hail Mary. Peggy's has sent me every single like trailer that's come out for the movie. She's really looking forward to that movie.
I think the trailer that I've seen was so genius in that it didn't bring up the alien thing at all until like the last 5 seconds or so. And then you're like, yep.
Fist my. Where's our?
It's fine.
It's behind me.
Yeah.
That's such a good book. Yeah.
We should do a video though about like what are books for this like this spot in my life or whatever, you know.
If you want to be angry and frustrated, name the rose.
I was in a conversation maybe on Reddit the other day. Well, thank you, Sarah. I was in a conversation on Reddit the other day. It was like, what book would you recommend for some of the most beautiful prose? And people were saying all this stuff, and I was just like, look, this is going to sound insane. But the opening to All the Light We Cannot See is one of the most horrifying things I can imagine, but it's written in the most beautiful way possible.
Yeah.
And anyway, I got a lot of like traction on that, I guess. But like, wow. Not a book for if you're down, but it's a beautiful book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was really good. We could not finish that series. It was just too different, and we couldn't separate or reconcile.
Well, the Netflix, and I'm sure it's fine for what it is, but the beauty of All Light We Cannot See is the language.
It's in the writing.
And so, and there's not a lot of things I would say that about.
Night Circus.
Night Circus is good. Now we're just naming books we like, and
but that one, it gives you, again, it's kind of fantastic, you know, and it's magical, but it does give you something warm and lovely in your heart.
Mm-hmm. What?
Okay.
Sorry.
Thanks, Peggy.
That's fun.
Yeah. And this one might end up being, you know,
Well,
to read when you're down. Because, like, I mean, who has not been an Uva? You know, we do get there, and you get in that rut. And
yeah, I do need to see where this goes before I recommend it, right? Because I feel like you're walking on like some risky territory.
Yeah.
Because it is a book about self-harm, ultimately.
Right. And I do wonder if he's going to do it or not.
Yeah, but I think, but that's a good idea. Let's do some, like, if you are stuck, like, what are some books that you could read, right? And we could trigger warning it or whatever. But like that would be, I'm not sure that I've seen that, right? Like I've seen like, I'm not sure that I've seen that on YouTube. Like here's a recommendation for like this place in your life. That'd be very helpful, you know, because I keep saying like I feel like these books are for me right now.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Let's help other people find that. Yeah.
There's another novel by Fredrik Backman that I also want to read. It's been on my list. And again, I know that I'm going to pick it and be like, I don't want to read it because I didn't like that one book. And I want to say this. People loved Beartown. Mm-hmm. I did not. Like, I think it's a problem with me. Because everyone else loved it.
Yeah.
And he made 2 more to go with it.
Yeah.
So, but anyways, if we end up liking this one, then we'll keep the other book that I want to read.
Yeah. I think we'll like this one.
On the list.
Man, I have no idea what to pick next. I mean, like, we're kind of wrapping it up here, I guess, but just no clue what to pick. Part of me wants, like, we kind of just read a fantasy, right? So, like, there's that. Mm-hmm. We did sci-fi recently-ish, maybe not recently.
Oh. What? Peggy?
It's okay. Everybody gets to like what they like, you know?
Yeah.
But part of me wants to, like, dip back into like a horror, maybe, because our last horror was kind of a flop. With, like, the one where the guy got away at the end.
Oh, The Thicket?
Yeah.
I'd forgotten about The Thicket. I forgot about it immediately after we read it. When you said our last horror, I was thinking of Mexican Gothic.
Yeah, which was fantastic.
And that was so good.
I saw a video on Instagram the other day where this guy was, like, messing with his wife by, like, passive-aggressively removing her bookmarks, and it was out of Mexican Gothic.
Oh, that's funny.
And I was like, don't do that. Yeah.
Okay, I want to throw this out there. We read probably one of the worst, like, relative, Frida McFadden books out there. I recommend putting Frida McFadden back on the list.
Okay.
She's got some other ones that are good that I've heard.
Yeah. Maybe we let the dog pick again.
I have traumatized Peggy with my bad book picks. I'm glad you stay with us, though.
Yeah. Shelby said that Peggy has a billable hour this week. Very funny.
Yes.
Very funny.
I'm afraid you do.
We'll Venmo you.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't think we need to hold everybody else up. But
Oh,
we're just chatting.
they're chatting back.
All right,
They're liking it.
Some people trying to go to bed.
Yeah, I was going to say, Shelby needs to go to bed. When is daylight savings time?
I don't know.
Or when does it end, or whatever it means?
Off the top of my head, I'm not sure, but we're getting close. Ish, maybe.
Seems it.
But yeah, I'm just gonna, like, put all the books on Atlas this year.
Absolve ourselves of responsibility.
Like, this dog.
It's very Ove of you to not take responsibility.
Oh, it is. We should make a short of me doing, like, Ove-ish things.
Just being curmudgeonly, but also, like, fixing everything around the house.
Yeah.
The garbage disposal.
I don't want to talk about this. I'm quitting this show. This is, for some of these things where he's like, you don't know how to do it. We joke a lot here about how I do a lot of things just out of, like, an excessive amount of unearned confidence. And it made me think about, like, building the fence where he's like, you can't build a fence. And I can't build a fence, but I did it. Or, like, the time I replaced my car's computer screen. There's no reason. I can't do that. But I did it. Very Uva. Yeah. Anyway. Go ahead and finish the rest of this reading. We have a lot of people come in this week. It's been very nice. Peggy, I really appreciate your hard work today. I did some of it as well. But I'm glad that we have more people coming through, because if more people join, that'd be more fun. And then, the more people talking, the harder it is to see all the strange stuff. So... go ahead and finish. We're doing chapters, 21 through the end.
Remember, there's like a little epilogue or something. Yeah. A Man Called Ove and an epilogue.
Okay. And I will do my best to announce the next book today. We are not that great on, like, hitting it on the Sunday, but...
Because we get overwhelmed when it's time to actually pick.
Yeah. I mean, because my to-read list is so long.
Yeah.
And honestly, I haven't updated my Fable in ages. Like, it thinks I've read no books this year. Like, I just need to fix it. But, I have some books that have also been on my list, like, literally since the beginning, when Greg Fox was here. Greg, if you're out there, hey.
We miss you, Greg.
Some books that he mentioned in like the very first couple of episodes that I've always wanted to read and I just haven't done it yet.
We also need to read the next book in the Expanse series.
We can do that. We'll put it in the list. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, happy holidays to everyone. This is a really cool time of year. A really cool time of year where there's lots of holidays just all the way around. So just enjoy whatever season and whatever goodies come with the season. And just enjoy.
Yeah.
And be safe.
And if you need a community, we're the one for you, right?
Yeah, that's why we keep...
A Man Called Ove finds a YouTube book club.
Yeah, on his computer that's not a computer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be really fun.
That is what we're trying to do here. It's just a little thing.
Yeah.
But we do love our little community here.
Mm-hmm. Look forward to it every week.
And it keeps me reading. I would not be finishing books this consistently. I would have read 3 chapters of this and been like, this guy's grumpy, and I would have quit. Mm-hmm. He's bringing me down. So, anyway. Animal Farm. Okay. So, yes. Have you read Animal Farm in 1984?
Me? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Both?
Yes.
Yeah. I love both.
Mm-hmm. Animal Farm is... interesting. I probably read it like way too young. I feel like we had to read it in like 7th or 8th grade.
It's the young kids version of 1984. Reading one preps you for the other.
Yeah.
In that order.
I'm much more interested, I think, in 1984.
1984 ruined all other dystopian novels for me. Because everyone that I've read after that, I'm like, 1984 already did it.
Didn't I pick a dystopian novel recently? What was that? What did we pick?
I don't know. We were watching The Hunger Games a while back.
Yeah, but I picked a dystopian novel on purpose, and maybe it wasn't that dystopian, but I have been thinking a lot about 1984 recently because of the line, and then then the party told you to ignore the evidence of your eyes, and that was their greatest commandment, or something. It's something like that, right? But there's this line in 1984 about like refusing to see what's going on in the world or whatever. Yeah.
I thought about 1984 actually with Guns of the Dawn. The subheading to the title is the first casualty of war is truth. Mm-hmm. And that's very much war is truth, peace is slavery, whatever the phrase is in 1984.
All right, somebody corrected me. Thank you. It was their final, most essential command. Yes, and I just think that's a very interesting, like what a prescient criticism of like government and I mean like and like it just the foresight to like today's information situation with fakes and with misinformation and all that just is fascinating. Thank you for correcting me. I appreciate that. Also, Peggy, We is fantastic. This is one that
I've never read that.
Yeah, by Zemyatin. It's very 1984, but kind of from like a Soviet point of view. It's very short. It's up here somewhere, but we could probably give it a read if y'all want it.
I have been recommending Ark of a Scythe to Jason.
I'm working
it's
on it.
3 or 4 books. It's super good. I don't know if any of y'all have read any of it yet. I have read like 1 or 2 of them, I think. But would be willing to reread. It's been a long time since I've read them.
Yeah.
They're young adult, so there's nothing too, it's not a difficult read, but it is really good.
Yeah.
And I'd like to know how it ends.
I've got the first one on my phone, and I've probably read a handful of pages. So.
But if y'all are interested, let us know, and we could pop it on the to be read list.
Yeah. Somebody asked if we've read any banned books that are illegal in some countries but not in the U.S. Probably, but I have no idea. I have no idea what's banned in some countries. I'm sure there's all kinds of stuff that's banned in some of these places.
I bet.
Yeah.
I don't know. So yeah. This was a nice little
Yeah. We got some good after show chat right here.
Yeah,
That was cool.
Fun.
Yeah. We sometimes we've talked about just like hopping on and just like talking on like a weekday or something, just for the people who want it. So, all right, I'm gonna answer this one. What's your favorite food? My favorite food's mac and cheese, and I don't want to hear anything about it.
That is his favorite food.
It's really good. Thank you for asking. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm not gonna answer that one. It's funny. All right, we've got things we've got to do. We appreciate everybody being here. We hope to see y'all next week. Finish out A Man Called Ove. I'll put out a short maybe, and we'll put out something on Fable announcing. We've kind of gotten away from shorts announcing books, but
we should let us do it. Yeah.
Yeah, she's the best book club member.
She is.
All right. Well, we will see you guys next time.
Thank y'all. Happy reading.
See ya.